Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Life After Lockup, Season 5, Episode 42. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. So when the episode first opens up, the melee is still going down. When his mama fell and Teenie wound up that fist and kept herself from hitting her. When I say y'all are wilding, when I saw her wind up that fist and she was trying to like really contain herself, but I know she wanted to connect. And then her daughter was ready to get up and fight. And Teenie mama trying to pull them apart. They got Miss Kate balled up on this floor. So she springs back up. And his mama was able to escape. They cussing each other out. Now I felt bad for the kids and I felt bad for Rob. Because they had him breaking up a fight like he was back on the yard. What is wrong with y'all? He just got out. Now he got to break y'all up from fighting? That was crazy. Now his mama steady hollering. She steady cussing. He's asking why Teenie came and got in her face like that. And she was wrong for that. She was wrong. Okay. Now I know she felt like your mom was antagonizing her, especially the way she turned to her and she was like, well, can I speak? Can I say something? Okay, have a good day. Bye-bye. Baby, that does not warrant you mushing his mama in the face. I'm sorry. It just does not. So she's telling him 16 years you was locked up, you was in a cell, and she didn't never come to see you. I was the one that was there. So y'all are in competition with each other, basically. And the crazy thing is, his mama not even fighting over the love of him. She's not fighting for the love of her son. She's fighting for the love of money. That's what she's fighting over. She is not fighting over Rob being her son. And she was like, I want my son back. Baby, the way that I would have wrapped Rob up in that welcome home banner, put a bow on his ass and gave him to his mama. I'm not finna fight with you. I am not finna fight with nobody. So if you want him, you got him. So she's on the other side saying Teenie is money hungry. And if Rob leave her today, she wouldn't be able to make it. Ma'am, it's giving projection. You've been jealous of that girl since day one. Last season, you were, look what you riding in and look what I'm riding in. You are one of those mamas that will never like any woman because you always got your hand out and you don't like to share. It's not specific to Teenie. It didn't matter who Rob would have gotten. She would not have liked her because then she got to split the pot. See, when you got to give up some money, then now all of a sudden you don't like the woman. Then she called Teenie a gremlin, y'all. When I tell... I was trying so hard not to laugh. I said, baby, she talking about you little gremlin goblin. I said, baby, not a gremlin and a goblin. What is going on? Okay, you're a Goomba. What's a goon to a goblin? Honey, shout out to Lil Wayne. I said, baby, this is a mess. But why I started tearing up, y'all, when Teenie's daughter came in to hug her and she had tears in her eyes and she was telling her mom, just calm down, calm down. Now, you know it's a shame that her poor baby had to see that, let alone talk her down. You are the parent, but here your 13-year-old daughter is talking you off the ledge. She was the only adult in the situation. She said, Mom, look at me. Calm down. I said, oh, that poor sweet baby. Meanwhile, Rob mama steady fussing, talking about, yeah, when they break up, I'm going to beat her up again. Ma'am, you didn't even pinch the girl. They had you folded up like an accordion. Ma'am, you were on that ground folded the hell up. Okay? You didn't hit her. You didn't hit her and you didn't beat her up. And you don't ever need to be around her again. It's gone to another level now. The two of you never should meet in person again. Because it's going to be on site each and every time. Because see, Rob's mom seems like the type to never let anything go. And now that you've disrespected her to the utmost, Teenie, it's always going to be on site. So it's best that the two of you just go your separate ways. Now, Teenie is wondering why she can't never come and act like she got some sense. She's always negative. If she was going to be negative, she should have just stayed at home. So his mom is yelling that Teenie is sorry and don't want him to take care of his mama. Listen to me, ma'am. He's not obligated to take care of you. That's all this is about is money. None of y'all care about this man. Okay? Because if you did, you would have shown up in the 16 years that he was locked up and you would have shown up today without a hidden agenda. Now, I will say this. I saw behind the scenes on TikTok of what went down from an innocent bystander just happening to see this being filmed. And on the clip, you hear Rob's mom say, "They told me to ask that." So allegedly, okay, according to this video, production told Rob's mom to come in and ask that question. I don't think they foresaw it getting physical, but either way it go, they both wrong. It's a lot of wrong. It's enough wrong to go around. But Tina, you in the wrong, baby. You dead wrong. But it's so sad that Rob doesn't have genuine love from his mama, because I know that's all he wants. You can just tell. He looked so hurt. And Teenie is up there saying that she never wants to be around the mama again. Girl, you ain't got to worry about all that. Okay, you ain't got to worry about all that. Moving forward. So now the kids are sad. Rob is torn. Teenie is upset. We got to practice some self-control no matter what. I know it's hard. Because, baby, sometimes I be wanting to pop off. I know it's hard, but it should never have gone that far. I would have rather you just cuss out. At least you can kind of come back from some words, trifling, beep, or you stupid, boo, you can say whatever. But once you connect physically, you can't really come back. That was just awful. Justine and Michael. So, child, they sitting around being selfish and childish. They got the 17-year-old taking care of all the kids while they sit there and fuss about Michael getting a vasectomy. Sir, gone on in. You'll be out in 30 minutes. Get on in there and get it done and come on out. He was like, no, you can get your tubes tied. I mean, you already going to be there. You already going to be open. Ew. I wouldn't even be having this conversation, me personally. I would do what's best for me because ain't no way I'm having another baby. So figure it out. And he's not thinking. He thinks you're a baby making factory. I don't know why he needs so many children and he ain't got enough money. She's telling him that getting snipped can save her life. And he's like, well, what if they make a mistake on me? They could go in there and do something they're not supposed to do. Oh, he's so gross. Justine, I don't know how you put up with it, okay? I really don't. Y'all don't need no more kids. You can't take care of the ones you got. Y'all got kids taking care of kids at this point. Zariah and Troy. Child, I tried to call her Zaria, but it just don't sound right. So we just gonna go with Zariah. Zariah and Troy. He's still walking. She's still talking. Girl, gone on in the house. She done got dressed up to leave, probably going to cheat. She's trying to manipulate us, talking about, I was trying to tell my best friend, the head of the household, what was going on. I was trying to talk to him. Girl, please. You waited until the debt was so big you need a loan to take care of it. Now you want us to believe that you were just trying to share with your best friend? No, you kept it a secret until you couldn't keep it a secret no more. So then she gets in the confessional saying that she has trust issues. Well, child, that makes two of y'all. She's driving around looking for him. Why are y'all always driving around looking for him when he take off walking? He's on foot. He cannot be that far. Look in between some houses, look down some alleys. He down the street. Also, production has a mic on him. Ask production. Say, hey, do you see a man in all black with a pink do-rag on? If you do, send him this way. Like, y'all always riding around looking for this man and he down the street. So she's driving around looking for him. It's foolish. She's telling us how she cheated and basically she's afraid that he's going to get his lick back. Okay, and if he does, serves you right. That'll learn you. Then you wouldn't be out there cheating. Troy is meeting up with his friend Trey. So Trey pulls up. They have been friends since they've been 11. He said they talk every day and they talked every day while he was in. So Troy starts telling him that Zariah ain't been paying the rent and they are so far behind. And he's telling us that when he was younger, he didn't grow up on the streets, but he wanted his own money. So in order to get his own money, he would go out and he would hustle in the street to get it. So he's telling Trey that he knows how to get whatever money he needs to get. It may not be the right way, but he know how to get what he need. And the whole time I'm thinking, sir, you do know that this is being televised, correct? Oh, okay, so you're going to sit here and smoke your Mary Jane with your ankle monitor on and tell Trey how you going to ride around and get it. Got it. Don't make no damn sense. I know it's tempting, but you need to make sure that you don't do nothing to jeopardize your freedom. Didn't you tell your daughter that you were going to stay out? Or did we forget about the daughter? Now that Zariah done put some braids in her head. Now that she took that damn ponytail out, we done forgot about the daughter? Oh, okay. It's good that he got somebody to talk to, but I hope that Trey ain't about that life, because this would be crazy. Y'all need to let that space go and figure something else out. How about you meet in that empty church? Y'all ain't doing nothing down there. Get the tambourines, move them to the side. I just knew I was going to make it through a whole review like I had some sense, but it didn't work. Baby, move them damn tambourines to the side. Move all the things that the usher board uses and get in there and do your nonprofit because y'all ain't got no money to pay for nothing else. Kerock and Brittany. Let me tell y'all something. I did not watch their season. I took a break because it was given very much scripted back when Nicole and Deontay and Nicole and Deontay, back when all that was going on. I took a break because it was giving heavily scripted. So I did not see the season with Kerock and Brittany. Baby, y'all must have y'all turned me every which way but loose in them comments. It's pronounced Kerock. If one more person gave me a phonetic spelling, I was going to lose my damn mind. Baby, I get it. Okay? Do y'all think that I purposely mispronounce people's names? I do not. Even on my lives, if I say your name the wrong way, I will pronounce it 2 different ways to make sure I get it right. So now that we got that out the way, they're on their way to the motel. Okay? They going down there. They left the light on for them. They get there. Now, I mean, it's giving Bates Motel on the outside, but the inside wasn't that awful. I mean, I wouldn't touch nothing in there with my hands until I deep clean it and buy my own sheets. But it's better than being on the street. But I felt bad because poor Brittany was saying in the confessional that it gives her PTSD because she was homeless at 16 and she would go to motels sometimes and then she would sleep at friends' houses sometimes. And I felt bad for her. I was like, this is all a mess. But I blame y'all. You have to make sure that all of your ducks are in a row before you just up and take a leap. You have to make sure that things are in order. So they're afraid to tell Kerock's mom, but what's she gonna do? Put y'all on punishment? Y'all better tell her now because this lady is packing up everything. She's packing up her whole life and y'all sitting here playing. So he calls to tell the leasing specialist that they're not going to be moving to Houston. Then gonna have enough nerve to say, can we get our deposit back? Nope. No, you sure cannot. Baby, deposits are non-refundable. So then he was like, well, what about our first month's rent? Can we get that back? Why would you give them first month's rent before you knew if you were actually granted permission to move to Houston? Now, I'm going to say this, and it might be an unpopular opinion. I feel like they are entitled to their first month's rent to be returned to them. They're not living there. Like she said no because they took the apartment off the market. Now, I would have asked to speak to a manager. Now, the deposit, I understand that. The deposit should be non-refundable. I get it. But not rent. I don't live there. And I don't have keys. So why on earth would I give you 1 month worth of rent? It don't work like that. And maybe it's Houston. That apartment will be rented as soon as they hang up the phone. Now, I feel bad for them. But again, they did not plan well. Teenie and Rob. So they're riding in the car, baby. They on their way home. She's talking about my nail broke. I'm on my period. Like just so much is going on. Now I know the mama is aggravating AF, but Teenie is acting like she had no blame in this. I said, girl, not you sitting in this car acting like that woman attacked you. You hit her first. Then she gonna say, you know, verbal is one thing, but the physical, I just can't do the physical. Ma'am, well then why did you do the physical? It looks like you hit her first. So if you can't do the physical, why the hell did you get physical? It just don't make no sense to me. I wouldn't want nothing to do with Miss Kate. But Teenie, you wrong for putting your hands on that woman, especially in front of your children. You didn't think, girl. You had a huge lapse in judgment. Ain't nobody perfect. And I understand when people keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Sometimes you got to pop out and show. Like, I understand. Kendrick Lamar, shout out to you. But at the same damn time, you are acting like you didn't do anything. I mean, the physical I can't get with. Girl, you can get with the physical. And you did. Moving forward. So Rob is saying that, you know, his mom was his best friend when they grew up. All they had was each other before he went in. The thing is, your mama doesn't have anyone in her personal life, and she wants you to be the man in her life. She expects you to take care of her just because of the title mama. And it doesn't work like that. And the sad part of it all is her love for him is dependent upon what he can do for her financially. She don't care nothing about him. 16 years and you didn't visit him once? Girl, please. So then the kids go upstairs so they can get freshened up. Teenie and Rob are talking. So he brings up her getting in his mama's face. She gonna say, I didn't get in her face. Ma'am, you're about to gaslight us and you're about to piss me off. You did get in her face. Like I said, she was antagonizing you, but you got in her face. Okay, that is no excuse to fold her up like a lawn chair. It's just not. So you sitting here trying to make us believe what we saw with our own eyes. That's crazy. So Teenie is trying to shift blame like she didn't have nothing to do with it, talking about your mom is a grown woman and you are a toddler. Like, who are you? Both y'all grown. She's like, she always has the worst attitude ever. She's always being negative. And again, I'm with you when you're right. The woman does seem like a dark cloud. Every time she shows up on the camera, it's some negativity attached to her. But that still does not give you the right to hit her. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. Teenie doesn't want to accept any responsibility. She told him that she's washing her hands of his mom. He can fix their relationship, and she hopes that they do. Girl, you don't care. After that fight, there is no way that I would be around his mama ever again, especially around my kids, because y'all clearly can't get along. So Rob is saying that his family only texts him when they need something, and they tell him not to forget about them. Yeah, I would forget about them just like they forgot about me. They forgot to welcome you home, didn't they? It's giving users. Justine and Michael. So it's a crazy morning. All the kids are under one roof getting ready for school. Michael has a job now. He works at a moving company. He doesn't like the check that they give him, but it's an honest day's work. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how y'all affording this house. Something ain't adding up. Y'all might want to get off this show. How are y'all providing for all these kids with only his income? Y'all got one small baby, who is beautiful, by the way, one little pretty baby, and another baby on the way. That is crazy. I bet Justine's daughter's so happy she got away and went to college, child. She probably is thanking her lucky stars. Do you hear me? While Justine is out, she's riding around running an errand, and she gets a call from her son, Santana. So now she got to go home and figure out what's going on. Kerock and Brittany. So mama in there hollering about she don't want to be filmed. Get that camera out of my face. I'm like, ma'am, okay, we gonna go. Kerock know full well they ain't moving nowhere. And here he is sitting in the middle of the floor not saying nothing, watching them pack. And so production ain't no better. They're going to ask the mama, are you excited for the move? What move? What move? Nobody is going anywhere. Nobody. So she was like, yeah, I'm real excited about the move. I just wish the boys would have helped me a little bit more. Girl, they ain't help you because they know they ain't going nowhere. He's talking about, well, I was going to tell her yesterday, but she was stressed and I don't want to add to the stress. Say, what now? So you thought not telling her anything was a better move? So he went on ahead and told his brother that they weren't going to Houston, but that mama going to flip. So they standing in the middle of the street because now they are definitely on the street. The lease has expired. Okay, because down at the bottom it said 30 minutes until the lease is expired. So now we in the middle of the street. Mama hype. She like, let's get on the road. Let's do this. Come on, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Baby, she ready. So then he just blurts out, mama, we can't go to Texas because they denied our move. So mama looking at him like, I know you fucking lying. You should have said something before y'all played Tetris in the back of that damn U-Haul truck, stacking up all that stuff. Couches are hanging all out, chairs are dangling and whatnot. You should have told her this a long time ago. Oh, child, this is a fool. Zariah and Troy. So he's still sitting over here on this bench with Trey, and they're trying to figure out how to get this money. Now, as they were sitting there, it was giving Craig and Smokey on Friday when Smokey needed to replace that money real quick. It's just a mess. The things that I think about when I watch this show, I said, boy, you better have that money. When Big Worm come, Big Worm want that money, and you better figure out how to get it, Smokey. So after their brainstorming session, he went on back home. Troy gonna walk if he don't do nothing else. Child, this man is a walking fool. Do you hear me? So he comes back. Zariah is outside all dressed up with no particular place to go. She's like, well, why you always walking out? A man communicates. Girl, anyway, you done turned this around on him with this I have a dream speech. Girl, gone. You was keeping a secret from him, ma'am. Gone somewhere, ma'am, with that. So in the confessional, she apologized to him for keeping it a secret. Then they ended up making up until the next toxic argument. And he goes taking another hike. Moving forward. Child, I would not deal with Zariah. She don't know how to act, and she's a cheater. Her attitude is nasty. Her hair is questionable. So I just wouldn't be bothered. Okay, but that's just me. Teenie and Rob. So she's taking the kids to a water park, and Rob is at work. So when they get there, she's asking about the season pass for a family of 4. So the lady said it's $250. She's like, oh, that's a lot of money. Here go the lady. Well, you can come as much as you want. Well, duh, Susie. That's why it's a season pass. We know we can come as much as we want, but I'm trying to figure out how much water can we swim for $250. I mean, it ain't bad for a family of 4, but baby, y'all ain't got it. Okay, y'all ain't got it. So then she's in a confessional talking about, yeah, I'm sort of a stay-at-home mom. Girl, you better get to work. She ended up getting it. But at the end of the day, you need to work. Because she gonna say, Rob doesn't make what he did when he was in prison. How was that even possible? What was he doing in the pen that made him more money than him being free? Don't even answer it, child. Don't even answer it. I don't want to incriminate y'all. Child, this is a fool. Teenie, you need to get a job, honey. You got to go to work. Y'all all dependent on Rob. That's a lot on one person, especially a person that's fresh out. He got the mama on one end with her hand out. He got you over here and you got 2 kids and they want to do things and they need money. You don't want to work. The mama don't want to work. This is just too much. So her and her daughter are sitting down there talking. So her daughter told her that, her heart kind of dropped when she saw what was going on and she wanted to jump in, but then she knew that she was going to get yelled at after it happened. But it really did hurt her seeing her mom in that position and to see her breathing all heavy and her having to coach her through it. And one thing that these dingy women gonna do, they gonna raise some emotionally mature kids. She got more sense than Teenie. She really does. So Teenie was like, in that moment, my daughter was the only one there to calm me down and get me on track. God really knows what you need, but I know she shouldn't have to do that. Well, I'm glad that you're aware that she shouldn't have to do that. You need to think before you leap. Okay, like get yourself together. So then she goes and puts her feet in the pool. Her son comes over and her daughter is asking if he still sees Kate as his grandmother. And I'm going to say this. If she don't like y'all mama, she don't like y'all. Now for me, she's not a grandmother because y'all just 2 more people cutting into her money. She don't love y'all like that. She barely love her own son. The only reason why she want to deal with him, allegedly, is for what he can do for her. So for me, I wouldn't consider her my grandma, but that's just me. So then the sweet little baby, he said, people get mad and they make wrong choices and they make mistakes and all you can do is just love and forgive. I said, oh, his heart is so pure. I hope he never changes and nobody ever takes advantage of him, because it's really hard to find people, even little people nowadays, that have hearts that are pure. So I hope that he stays that way. But his sister was like, yeah, I look at her different now. A grandma wouldn't get physical. Well, baby, your mama started it. I know you didn't see who started it, but your mom did start it. Neither one of them should have gotten physical. And it's terrible that you're in the middle of it. But personally, I don't think y'all should be around that lady. And it has nothing to do with that fight. He was like, yeah, I feel like it wasn't needed. There was no need for violence. It could have been talked out. Now that's mature. It did not have to get physical at all. Your mom should have known better. Kerock and Brittany. So baby, they still standing in the street. Now daytime is nighttime. If y'all don't get out of this street, the street light done came on. Mama cannot believe that they now let her pack up and uproot her entire life and they said nothing. Mama's boyfriend is looking like, are y'all serious? And mama said, so what the hell we gonna do? Like, when were you gonna say something? When did you know this? And he said, well, we found out yesterday. Well, we knew that this could happen. We was just stepping out on faith. Everybody packing up to move across country on faith. What are you talking about? Baby, mama looked at him. Mama said, Houston, ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Baby, that mama got in that car. Deuces. Baby, she was out. She said, I'm going regardless. Honey, you can stay here. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. I'm on my way to Houston. And I know that's right. Now, normally I don't talk about Bianca and Daniel, and I'm not going to talk about them today, but I just want to say this. Bianca, are you nuts? Sitting up here talking about he did whatever in you twice. I told y'all she gave me 16 and pregnant. Head and crazy and nothing's up there, dumber than a box of rocks. He has a 13-year-old son from an ex-wife that he has never seen and never taken care of, but got on his camera and said, she can't keep me from him because, first of all, that's illegal. Sir, you need to focus on the kid you're raising next to you, and that would be Bianca. Bianca, you do not need a baby, okay? At all. Ever. You do know you cannot drink when you're pregnant. That should simmer you on down. Justine and Michael. So they both rush home to see what's going on, right? Justine's son says Michael's son was picking on him and then he pinned him down and they were fighting over whose parent is the best. And I don't know, it was just giving sibling rivalry. We haven't meshed well. Petty bush. Okay, it was just giving 2 boys fighting. Now it seems like Michael's son may be a little bully. I don't know if y'all were picking it up, but that's what it was giving me. And both of them are just saying mean and hurtful things to each other. Now, Justine's son has thrown his $1,500 iPhone. I don't know if he threw it down. I don't know if he threw it at the wall. I don't know where he threw it, but it was completely crashed. And that is why you give them a flip phone. Okay, you go on down to the local Dollar General and or Family Dollar if you have one in your city, and you get their asses a track phone. Child, I wish you would destroy a $1,500 phone. Then after it was all said and done, he asked if the phone was going to be fixed. Baby, they know how to piss you off, don't they? Michael tells them both y'all grounded till you're 75 years old. The next time you see the light of day, you will be getting married. Now he's pissed that he had to leave work for this mess. They're going to cause him to lose his job. Then what? Now he's frustrated, turns around and punches a hole in the wall. Way to be an example. You don't want them to fight, but you're fighting the wall. And y'all are renting? Let me tell you something. If I was watching this episode and I saw my house with holes in the wall, you would be getting a pink notice outside your damn door, and y'all would be looking for somewhere else to stay. Moving forward. If you are that upset and frustrated with these kids now, how you gonna handle more kids? That vasectomy ain't looking too bad now, is it? These kids you got in here clawing each other's eyes out, and you want another one? Child, that's crazy. This should show y'all that y'all don't need no more kids. And that was the end of the episode. Child, y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. What did you think about the aftermath of Teenie and Miss Kate having their fight? Troy ain't gonna get no money. What y'all think about that? I know he ain't gonna get a child, so they might as well wrap it up. As far as everything else is concerned, same stuff, different day. Comment down below and I'm gonna comment back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.